Hi, I've lived in a very small town most of my life. I've lived on a farm and I love to sing and dance absolutely everywhere. I've spoken in front of about 10,000 people before, and I've also helped my dad build houses.
Thank you for joining us today. We are here with Patience Vandermeirden from Fontbonne University. Patience, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So I know on your fun facts, two things caught my eye. You're from a small town, which your graduating class was what again, if you want to tell everybody?
16.
16. That's right, people, 16. But then you've also spoken in front of a crowd of 10,000. What
Yep.
gives there?
All right, so our school, I live in Leopold, Missouri. Our K through 12 was actually 220 people. Like when my senior year, it was 220 people, and my class had 16. We like fluctuated between like 16 and 15, like our entire. I've been with those people for a really long time. We were very close, I will say that. But so I was in Beta Club. I don't know if it's an honor society in high
Okay.
school. It's kind of like FBLA, something along those lines. But yeah, I ran for vice president of the entire state of Missouri club, and I had to give a speech, like a 5-minute speech in front of 10,000 kids my age, and it was absolutely horrifying. But after I got it done, honestly, one of the coolest things I've ever done.
That is very, very intimidating, I'm sure, but I'm sure you did a wonderful job. Do you remember what your speech was about?
Yes, it was about. So we had a theme actually. We had I don't know. Do you know the song by Guns N' Roses, Patience? All you need is just a little patience. So we had a theme, and we had to come up with like a skit, and we had to come up with a speech, and we had to come up with questions along these lines, like all surrounding our theme as to why I would be a good suit for the whole vice president of the entire state of Missouri for Beta Club. And so we put on this little skit, we sang and we danced to the song, and then I had to give my speech, kind of corny, you had to throw in a few jokes about the song, and yeah, just threw in a few jokes about that, spoke about why I would be a good fit, and all kinds of that good stuff.
So now I know another one of your fun facts is that you love to sing and dance. Did that evolve from this speech, or was that well before? Have you always loved to sing and dance?
I've been singing dancing out of the womb.
Any song in particular? Does this mean you karaoke quite often, or?
Oh my gosh, yes.
What is your
Laugh.
go-to karaoke song?
My go-to karaoke song. Man, I don't know. That's a tough one.
You don't know?
I really like to sing Carrie Underwood.
That's good choice.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. As long as you can hit the big notes.
I don't know. Yeah, my friend Michaela actually, she has she's on the softball team as well, but she has a little karaoke machine, and she'll bring it to games and stuff, and just sing on the bus, and oh, it's so much fun.
Well, I'll have to see if Coach Casey can get us a little video of that during the spring season, see what's going on. So speaking of softball, you mentioned that playing softball just makes you happy, and that's really what you get out of it. Can you talk a little bit more about why does it make you happy?
It makes me happy because, well, I've been playing softball my entire life, before kindergarten, and I've been playing it my whole life, and I've never really gone without playing softball. Like, I've never gone through school without playing softball. I've never gone through a summer really without playing softball. And it just makes me happy to see. I have little siblings. I have 3 younger siblings, actually. 2 of them are girls. One of them only plays softball, but I like looking down at her, and she gets so happy, coming to our games, and she asks me questions. We hit sometimes when we get home, and I don't know, it puts a smile on my face whenever I see the little girls looking up to us, and it's great. I love it.
I think that kind of plays into another thing that you mentioned about why you wanted to keep playing is because it allows you to follow your dreams. Is that kind of what pushes you on the field as well, knowing that your little siblings, your sisters are looking up and watching you pursue your dreams and, succeed at that?
Yes, 100%. I totally agree. I just love the youth and looking at them, and you're thinking, wow, I was there like 5 years ago. That was me. And I didn't think I could ever play college softball, So like, I feel like I give them hope, like the older girls gave me hope.
Great. So now I guess growing up on a farm for most of your life, Early morning practices don't really bother you much?
No, not at all. Those late nights you get up at like 6 a.m., you're completely fine.
Can you tell everybody about what it's like growing up on a farm, the chores you have to do, and just all the lifestyle?
So we've had cows most of my life. We actually just recently got chickens. I think it was like last year, I believe. So we've never really had to, grow up with the chickens, but we had baby chickens, so those were a hassle to handle. You got to take them in, take them out. We had to feed the cows every day, and my dad, he's actually a construction worker, so we help him all the time. He's working 24/7, so if he needs our help, like he needs help filling up a tire with air, checking the oil in the car. It's just the little things that I never thought if you don't grow up on a farm that you don't know how to do. But I appreciate it so much. So it's rough, but it keeps me busy.
You just mentioned your dad builds construction and that you've spent some time helping him build houses. How did that go about?
So Beta Club, this actually kind of links back to that. We have to do community service, and my dad helps out with the Habitat for Humanity, and they build houses for, lower income families. And so I asked him if I could come and help him one day, and it just kind of barrel rolled from there. It was a little snowball effect. And that led to, helping him build houses, and I helped to do roofs with him. And I actually did roofs with him this summer, and let me tell you, that is hot. Not my thing. Not my thing at all. But I guess it's the experience. I could say I've done it.
Right. You checked it off the list. There you go.
Right.
So you mentioned that you like to stay busy. I'd say so. Looking at your majors, biology with chemistry and mathematics, I mean, make any harder three?
I know. I'm starting to sound like my mom.
What makes you so interested in those subjects?
So biology. So technically, Fontbonne doesn't have a chemistry major. They have chemistry minors, and they don't have a biochemistry major, which is technically the major that I need to pursue pharmaceutical medicine. I want to go be a pharmacist, go to medical school. And so I just chose biology with a little bit of minor in the chemistry, so it's kind of like biochemistry. And then I wanted to do math because I took calculus last semester, I believe, and I fell in love with it. I was like, I'm good at this. Like, I'm okay with this. As long as I'm good at it, I like it. So I just kept doing it. I just decided to actually this year I chose another minor in math.
So now my final question for you, coming from Leopold, Missouri to Fontbonne University, why Fontbonne?
I knew coming from a small school, going to a big school, like Oregon State, Oklahoma State, it would be crazy and honestly a huge change. But, I'm sure I would have been able to adapt, but not as easily. And with Fontbonne having like such a close-knit community, especially with the teachers to the student ratio, I love that because I'm able to, email my teachers like the day of and ask them a question and still get an answer like 2 hours later. And I like that close-knit community. I walk around campus and I see familiar faces, and it's pretty nice coming, from a smaller town to a small-ish college, and I get to play softball, of course, so.
Of course, that's right. Well, Patience, we look forward to seeing you on the softball field this spring. Thank you for taking your time out to talk to us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
You too.